Hello YouTube, welcome. My name is Mike the Gambling Guy, and if you want to learn how to maximize your free play, you came to the right place. So if you're getting table free play, or in my case, we'd actually won a Halloween costume contest in Vegas. So this is actually a picture of us winning our first $10,000. That was the next year of $10,000. So, of course, we won the funniest costume. And don't worry, we're not connected. All we did is stand next to each other all night long. I mean, we could always separate and move. You can see the second year, we colored them up. I've got a breast cancer awareness tattoo. Big fan, support breast cancer, right? Not the cancer, but the fighting of the cancer. And then what we were actually awarded was $10,000 in free play, and we had to turn that into real money. And we were fortunate enough to do that. So how did we do that? So that's literally, there's $9,700 that we were like, let's just throw that on the bed and see what that looks like. And of course I had to split that with my best friend. Everybody has a best friend, right? Pun intended. It's a lot of fun. But how do we turn $10,000? And what happened is we actually won that at the Link. They have an annual Halloween contest, and they had 5 different prizes. But we had won one of the main prizes, $10,000 in free play. So they actually gave us 10 $1,000 coupons to go play if we chose to do table games. And we could have done slot machine, and they would have given us $10,000 in slot coupons as well. We actually did that the first year we won, and we went to the high limit room and really crossed our fingers and said, "Let's go! We're gonna play." We only ended up hitting one hand pay jackpot, which wasn't bad, but it wasn't huge. So we ended up turning our $10,000 into $8,800. The next year we said we have to do better. How can we do better than that? And the way that we decided we'd do better than that is we would actually play table games. And in order for this to work, because the coupons for that $1,000 were play until you lose them, right? So they were we're gonna play until we lose them. So we were like, okay, well let's go play either craps, roulette, and now I wish I would have went and played baccarat. So let's talk about that, right? So when you're going up to the table, you just can't lay a coupon. If you're playing craps, you can't say, okay, I'm going to play don't pass, I'm going to play the pass line. They won't allow you to play both sides of the bet because the house really doesn't have the house doesn't have an advantage. House always likes to have an advantage on you, right? Even though they do, their advantage is if you're betting against the 7 coming out, then you could take damage. Or if you had a bigger bet, the 12 would show up, you lose your pass line bet, and the coupon would stay because it bars 12, but you would have lost the pass line bet. So what we had done is we took a coupon, and one of us had enough cash, my best friend, we made sure he had the cash because the coupons were actually given in my name. So I had to show up at the table, show my ID, and then play the coupons. So I'm playing the coupons at one end. He's playing, oddly enough, $1,000 bets at the other end of the table. And that's actually caused us some issues because it didn't take long and the casino figured out that we were kind of together. Not sure if they saw the pictures or not from the Bosom Buddies costumes, but hard to tell. So I would put it on the don't pass line, and Brian put $1,000 on the pass line, and then we'd also take 6% of our bet, $60, and we would put that on the craps numbers, right? So we would put $30 on the 3 to show up, 2 by 1, 2 and 1 for a little more fun, or 2 by 1 for a little more fun. If you're calling the craps, 3 craps, because that would lose on the pass line bet. So we would actually put it on the 2. So the reason we put it on the 2 because that would end up paying $900. And then 12 would be a bar. So yeah, we would lose the $1,000, but we wouldn't lose our coupon. So we'd still have a chance to come back because you've got one combination 36 and hitting your 12. The other two ways would pay $900. We figured, okay, there's still a little bit of a gamble there, but at least we wouldn't be losing our coupon, and that'd be a way that we could play. Another way that we had anticipated doing it is actually taking our coupons over to Caesar's Palace. And at Caesar's, in the high limit room, they do have a European wheel, single zero wheel. So in that case, if we would have just said, okay, we also have to play as a team, because they're not going to let you play red and black at the same time either as well. But we would have taken then our 3%. In that case, all you need is $30 to put $30 on the single zero green for that to come up, and then we'd pick red or black, odd or even, high or low. Wasn't really going to matter. The only thing that was going to hurt us is if that green showed up. In that case, it actually wouldn't have hurt us. $30 times 35 is $1,050. So we would have made $50 if the green came, and then we would actually lost the one side of the bet, and unfortunately our coupon. But we wouldn't have lost our $1,000. But again, we would be looking at, is this really worth it? We could also have done $60. So the same bet that we did on craps, and now if that zero would happen to come, well, we'd be whole, right? Because we would have won the coupon and we would have won $2,100. So we would have been up $100 if we chose to say, okay, let's do the same investment. So that is something to absolutely consider, right? If you're going to do that, put $60 out there. Now, if you're playing in Atlantic City doesn't have any single zero wheels, but they do have surrender. So if you happen to be lucky enough to have a coupon that's worth something that you're going to play at a roulette table, the best table in Vegas is in the MGM. Go to the high limit room. You've got a single zero wheel with surrender. So what does that mean? Well, it means if that green comes, any of your outside bets, they get half their money back. All right. So if you had $1,000 there, you're going to be getting, they're going to leave 500. They're going to take 500. And then they're going to pay out. You know, if you had bought the green, then certainly you're going to win on the green. But that way it makes surrender the best scenario. So if you're in Atlantic City, they're all double zero wheels. But now for that same $60, I can put $30 on each side. I'm going to lose $1,000, half my coupon, but I'm going to be winning $1,050. So for that same $60 investment, you could do that. Now, maybe you don't have $1,000 coupon, right? Maybe you've got a $100 coupon. Well, just do the math and actually just reduce that. So you're putting your coupon, you're putting $100 on the other side, and then you're putting $3 over there. And in this case, you're going, well, Mike, it's a minimum bet of, say, $10, right? So put your $3 on the zeros, or $6 on the zeros if it's the double zero wheel, and then you're going to do 6 columns. So if you do your 6 columns and you're just going to say, you're just going to, whatever your minimum is, so it's a $15 table, you could take another $12 and you could put $2 on each one of the columns. So if you do all 6 columns across, so that is the area between, actually I'll bring up a little chart and show you that you'd actually be betting here on these columns, and then that will allow you to, if anything else hits besides that zero, you get all that money back minus what you'd bet on the zero. And you're anticipating losing that anyway. But at least you're able to make your minimum bet. You don't have to over bet on the zero because you're betting the columns. Those 6 columns pay 6-1. So whatever you put out there, $2 on each, you're going to be getting $12 back. You're just going to be getting a return on your investment. And I've never had a casino saying you can't do all the columns because they're going, well, we don't have any risk. They do. They've got the zero is what you're risking. But you wanted to get to the table minimum because on the inside numbers, you have to play the table minimum there. You already have the table minimum in the outside numbers because you've got $100 and a $100 coupon. Now in Atlantic City, oddly enough, if I remember when I was getting my coupons from there, it was very specific. It would say you can use this coupon on red, you could use it on the first 18, and you could use it on odd numbers. So they're only saying which bet you could use it on. Well, that just means you're going to be putting your cash on that other bet, right, to even that out, and then you're going to be playing the zeros for $3 each, and then you're putting $2 on each of the insides if it's 15. If it's more than that, just do the math. So you're going over the table minimum and you're dividing it by 6. So if you had to do $3 on each, well, there you're at 18, and you've got $6 more because you've got the 2 zeros. Maybe the $25 table. Well, you've hit it, right? So you're at 25. Maybe we're $1 short. So you might have to put an extra $1 between those greens, right? Just split the greens with that extra $1. Bonus money, because I think that was 24. 6 plus 18 is 24. So if it was a $25 table, just take that extra $1 and you're trying to hit the greens. Because you're now going to get a little bonus money. Again, that's if you're playing a $100 ticket. You can do the same thing with smaller tickets, even at a smaller table, just in order to get your money, to get the most out of the bet. Because otherwise, what were you doing before? You were just make your bet and go, I hope this works out. Well, how many times did that work out for you? Probably not enough. That's why you're watching this video. Is either that or you saw the picture and you're like, this is interesting. I want to go check this out. So the other way that you could do it is you could play Baccarat. Again, I'm gonna say you're probably gonna need a partner to do this. So maybe you go gambling with a buddy and they get coupons as well. So if they're getting coupons, you can both sit down at a table and you get your coupons checked out, and hopefully they're about the same size. But you've already got the agreement that partner's laying down the cash for your bet, and they're going player, you're putting your coupon on banker. I'd always put my coupon on banker. Why would I always put my coupon on banker, Mike? Because if banker wins, then it's actually charging you a 5% commission. So if player wins, there's no commission. So at least whatever your coupon is, you're going to be picking that up because you want to pick up the cash and what was paid for the coupon. So just pay attention to the board. Look for the energy at the table and go, okay, this is the time that I think it's a good player bet, and let's go in with that player bet. So hopefully that is going to help you maximize your free play, and you got to see some big old boobies. My eyes are up here. That was fun walking around Vegas. My eyes are up here, and I can't believe how many ladies would come and motorboat us. Some dudes too, but we had a lot of ladies that come in and motorboat us. It was a great time. Always a great time in Vegas. Remember, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Mike the Gambling Guy. If you like this content, please smash that like button and subscribe. Really appreciate it. Mike the Gambling Guy, I'm out.